Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to GrizzlyBearSims YouTube channel and welcome back to another Courseplay tutorial. This tutorial will cap off our silage series and will basically provide the information that you'll need to know to be able to use a wheel loader like we have here in front of us to empty the contents of a silage bunker into a sell point. Now here on Pine Cove Farm, Stevie has actually made this quite easy for us by putting the sell point down low as it is, but basically the process is all the same. It just really depends on how high you want the bucket to go in the last setting, and I will show that to you momentarily. So basically we have a silage bunker here that we filled with corn chaff some time ago, and it is covered and it is still fermenting, although the silage is now ready to be uncovered. So essentially what we want to do here is we want to leave the silage bunker covered up because it's a little bit easier for our wheel loader to navigate across the plastic cover and everything, because we do need to record a course. So what we're going to do is we're going to record that course, and then we'll uncover the silage bunker and basically see how we did. So we're going to be in the portion here that's called fill and empty shovel. It's the second to the last option. We're going to click that. Now we need to create 3 waypoints as part of this course. So we're going to have a start, we're going to have a waypoint, another waypoint, and then we're going to basically have a waypoint over at the sell point, over at the digester point. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and start up our wheel loader. And I'm going to just back him up just a little bit here and sort of get him a bit square with the world. We will, I'm using my mouse to control the bucket for right now. I've got don't have my joystick plugged in. So anyway, so we'll raise the bucket up to about right there, and we're going to do start course recording. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the F1 menu, and we're going to ease very carefully, very slowly until we get to the point where that we see that our fermenting silage is 100%. If it was uncovered, it would actually tell us how much silage was in the bunker. But again, I recommend that you leave it covered while you set up your course. Either that or set up your course maybe before you fill the bunker. But in any event, the wheel loader seems to travel across the top of the silage much easier if it's covered. So we're going to basically set our first waypoint to be right here at the edge, right where we got that fermenting silage 100%, because basically our wheel loader has detected that we're inside of the bunker. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drive forward, and we're going to drive to the back of the bunker. Now the same process applies if you're using a bunker that is basically open-ended. You would basically want to drive all the way back to the back of the bunker, about as far as you can go without either driving out of it or falling over it. And here we want to go ahead and set another waypoint, and then we also want to put Courseplay into reverse mode. And I'm going to get rid of the F1 menu just so that we can see a little bit better, and then I'm just going to reverse our wheel loader out of the bunker. Just like so, and then go ahead and navigate him back like this so that we got a nice straight path at the digester. And this is even more applicable if you have the elevated type digesters where you need to basically lift the bucket up higher and everything. So we're going to take our system out of reverse here, and then I can go ahead and lower the bucket down just a little bit. I'll show you these settings here in just a minute. And then we want to go ahead and just drive forward, and we'll kind of get ourselves lined up with the ramp. You could come in from the other direction if you wanted to, but let's just make it easy for ourselves. And we'll just drive up here until we reach the yellow markers there. That will be close enough. And now here we need another waypoint, and then we need to go back into reverse mode. And I'm going to spin my camera around just a little bit so I can see a little bit better what we're doing. And then I'm going to back our wheel loader up, and I'm just going to back him up past our bunker here, just kind of out of the way. And then we'll stop right about there is fine. And then we're going to basically take ourselves out of reverse mode and put ourselves back into forward gear. And then I'm just going to drive forward and just kind of line myself up and going to basically stop the course right there. All right, so we've got a course that consists of obviously a starting point, a wait point at the edge of the bunker, a wait point at the back of the bunker, and then we've got a course that comes out, lines up with the digester, the cell point. We have a wait point at the cell point, and then we've backed up and we've basically got our stopping point. So now what we need to do is we need to define our bucket perimeters. Now I've already done that because I've basically been testing this, but essentially what you want to do is we'll just go ahead and uncheck all of these here. We want to find our loading position. Okay, so our loading position, we want our bucket to be down, but obviously we don't want our front wheels off the ground. So I usually lower it all the way down until the front wheels of the wheel loader come up, and then I set it, and sometimes I will zoom in and take a good look at it. And since we're actually not recording our course, I will drive the wheel loader just to make sure that I have full range of control, that basically the bucket is not causing the wheel loader not to be able to steer. And then I will mark that as the loading position. So this is what we want the wheel loader to be in when he attempts to load the silage into the bucket. Now we want to define our transport position. Well, as you could probably imagine, we're going to want the bucket to be pulled back a little ways, and we're going to want the bucket to be maybe up just a little bit, not in our line of vision or anything like that. That looks pretty good right there. We will go ahead and click that green icon. That saves that. Now we want an unloading position. Now, I'm sorry, we want a pre-unloading position. Our pre-unloading position, if you were basically going to dump this into a traditional BGA digester, then I would go ahead and suggest that you go ahead and raise the bucket on up high enough to clear the top of the digester. But in this case, we don't need it that high at all. We just need it about right there, and that's going to be our pre-unloading position. And then our unloading position, as you could probably guess it, is going to be with the bucket all the way down like this, pouring out that black gold. And we'll raise our bucket just a little bit like that, and that should empty the bucket just fine. And we will go ahead and set that as an option. Now, stop and go loading, I think that should be deactivated. I think I'd accidentally clicked on that earlier when I was setting this up, but I use the deactivated option. The working width, if we hit our little calculator here, it shows that the working width of our bucket is 3 meters. And I've played around with this a little bit, and I have found that basically anywhere from 3.5 up to 4 meters works a little better, and it will maybe do a little bit better job in keeping the wheel loader and the bucket away from the edges of the silage bunkers. Sometimes I have found that if it's set for the exact working width of the bucket, that I've had some problems. And you might remember I pointed this out with regards to the silage blade as well, to make that just a little bit larger than it actually is, and I think all will be fine. So that's basically our course. We can save our course as we would save any Courseplay course if we wanted to do that. And I've already got a course loaded, so I'm going to just basically dump that, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get my BGA empty silo 1 course that I've recorded, and then I will go ahead and back our tractor up just a little ways and spin it around over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and set our bucket position, just because might as well. You don't have to, it would automatically kind of do that for you. And then I'm going to get out, and we need to come over here and we need to uncover or unblanket our silo. So we'll come over here, pull up our F1 menu, and we're going to hit R to open our silo. And our silo has been opened, so that is good to go. And then we'll come back over here and we're going to get in our wheel loader, and I'm going to start the course, and you'll see how this works. Hopefully this will work just fine. I will tell you that just like Courseplay with other courses, In the FarmSim 15 method of doing this, it worked really well. Um, for whatever reason, Courseplay has adjusted where it will try to maneuver each side right and left to get all of the silage. In 15, it really didn't do that. It would just basically tow that straight line all the way down the bunker. So there are some opportunities for some failure points and stuff, but just all in all, I think it works about as well as can be expected. So we will go ahead and drive our course, and he should go ahead and go in and grab a scoop of silage, and then hopefully he will take it over and empty it in the point there. Now, of course, he's going to kind of go side to side and everything, but you sort of get the idea of what he's doing. And of course, the silo, the blanket, the cover will open as he progresses and grabs more silage out of the bunker itself. And he's raising it up to his positions that we've preset, and he's approaching the digester, the cell point. He'll roll up and he'll empty into the digester, and we'll start making some money. And you just basically let this run, and it will sell all your silage for you just fine while you sit back and rake in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, hopefully. I hope this tutorial has helped you. Please leave a like and tell others. Thank you all so much for watching this Courseplay tutorial. Take care now and have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Bye-bye.